Welcome to the Isle of Wight College Open Week, and today we are with one of our ex-students who's now a teaching assistant apprentice, Jake Wright, and we're going to explore a little bit about Jake's career journey so far, which has been really interesting, and we're going to talk about the sport and fitness industry, what doors it opens to learners that come in on the course.
Well, it depends what sort of career choice you're going down, but for each career choice, really, it's to looking at help and improve and change the lives of others. That's what I found anyway through my experiences. That you can, if you're going to teaching or if you're going to sport, as in like in the gym environment like this, or if you're going to work in abroad and stuff like that, you can change people's lives, improve their lives for the better. Yeah, I think obviously the past 12 months have been difficult for everyone, so I'm trying to keep people fit, especially our students as well at the college, and people in general, like doing online classes and stuff like that, and also talking about mental health as well, because obviously that's a more, well, obviously it's quite a broad subject now. So I think obviously there's loads of attributes you can have, but the main ones I found that is enthusiasm is a massive one. I mean, you've got to be enthusiastic about sport and fitness as well to be able to portray that to people that you're talking to, like maybe you have clients or students as well. And if the students can see that you're really enthusiastic, then obviously they're going to bounce off that energy and maybe I'm going to listen to him now, definitely. Communication skills, massively important. Being a leader, getting into leadership roles and stuff like that, it's obviously really important. But yeah, I'd say those for me are the main three. But if you're coming up from high school or coming to college and you feel like some of those attributes aren't maybe your strongest, it's not a massive worry because you can develop them. That's the point of coming to college, point of taking up new responsibilities and doing qualifications, and you can improve on those skills and like your communication, your leadership, like talking to people. Like me, for example, like when I was a student here, like I wouldn't be able to do something like this. No. But I've learned from my experience, I've progressed, and I've worked on those attributes and those skills. So. I mean, going from school, sport when PE was my main subject I wanted to focus on. So when I come to college, I definitely want to do a sport and fitness course. And I'd say, looking back now, it's probably the best 2 years I've had in education, other than going to uni and stuff like that. But these 2 years really set me up. It was great. I got my level 1 football coaching, so started that off. I got to go to Madrid and coach football.
Fantastic.
Got to go to Swindon and coach futsal, because obviously we got the futsal arena that got built in when I joined as well. So yeah, loads of opportunities, had good fun. The lecturers we have here, like Claire and Todd, unbelievable teachers, great. They care about you, they want you to progress, and like their knowledge is great.
Second
as well.
to none.
Yeah, second to none. It's great. It's some of the best.
I think it's also worth pointing out as well, although obviously there is a large practical element to the programme, particularly at level 3, it's very academic, and I know that some of the units like anatomy and physiology, it takes a lot of study. Yeah, it does take a lot of study, but I also find like those sort of units are the ones that kind of make it for you. Like I know when I was here, I was like, I don't want to do anatomy and physiology, it's like too sciencey. But when you actually when you're taught it and you understand it, it opens so many more doors to you that I'd say it's probably the most important part of the course is understanding anatomy and physiology, especially for like if you're going into gym-based employment or further education. It's massively important. Yeah. But I wouldn't be discouraged or anything by it. I think it's just one of those things that you need to do, and obviously like if you're going to sports science, stuff like that, anatomy and physiology is going to be one of the main things you need to understand. So you need to understand how the body works in order that you can improve it. But it's a really good, it's an interesting subject to get your head around, and once you do, it is good. I went to University of Chichester and I did a PE and sports coaching degree. With my course, you get 3 avenues. So your first year is like your introduction year. And then at the end of your first year, you get to pick to go into sports coaching, like I did, which is where you can do more sporty-based stuff, for football, basketball, handball, tennis, badminton, all the sports you can think of. You end up learning about how to coach them. And then you've got PE in secondary years, so that will prepare you for progressing into a secondary school environment. And then you've also got PE in primary years, which progresses you to a primary school environment. So you get 3 options after your first year, and you can kind of figure out, and you can change as well. Like I had friends that did sports coaching that then went on to secondary years,
and stuff like that.
So it's a very broad curriculum and gives you lots of options when you finish the course.
I mean, if you go into secondary, you can teach in primary as well. Obviously, if you just go into primary, you're just primary related. But if you go into secondary as well, you can do both. And sports coaching, there's ways around it. Like I do sports coaching, I have to do. Like at the moment, obviously, I'm doing my extra teaching stuff now. Put as much effort into the coursework as you would a practical session. That would be my main. That would probably be my only advice, really, for anyone coming. Because obviously, for me, coming from school, I was very practical based. I was, I'm not going to bother with the course up. As soon as practical comes, I'm going to give it everything, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be more, like, I learned better through practical learning and stuff like that. So, but what I learned from my first year here is that if you put the effort in the classroom, it then portrays in your practical sessions anyway. So
good advice.
Yeah, I'd say put as much effort into both as possible.
Yeah, get the underpinning theory in, and then that supports all the practical activity. The teaching ones are the main ones. Obviously, getting your teaching assistant, and then you go on to a teaching apprenticeship, and then it's like the cert ed and stuff like that. So those are the three ones I would mainly know about apprenticeship wise. But yeah, you can get apprenticeships in gym and stuff like that. So if you left here, if you're level 2, you're level 3, then you can go and work in the gym, do apprenticeships with them and stuff like that. So there's the. And in actual fact, we've actually got people that are working in gyms and leisure centres on the island, and they're doing their level 4 management.
Yeah, exactly. So apprenticeships.
So
obviously, once you get your level 1 and level 2, then it kind of opens up so many different doors. And then like you just said, the management side of things, you can go and do apprenticeships in that, in leadership roles, and then that can take you on to anything. I'm working on a super yacht. I would say the sport and fitness industry is probably one of the biggest ones, other than travel and tourism, that have opportunities abroad from like England. So like I said earlier, I've been to Madrid coaching through the college. In the past year I've been to Norway as a teacher, which was obviously great. To teach winter sports as well, that was unbelievable. And then you can go to places like Dubai. I've got a teacher that used to teach me from middle school that's now living in Dubai, teaching full time. I know people have gone to China, France.
Amazing. So they're all
obviously you've got Camp America and stuff like that. So a lot of students are when I was here, or now I know now that are looking at Camp America as a football sort of side of things. And
obviously we, in terms of like the maritime industry, we know that there's massive, just across the water. There's opportunities on cruise ships.
Yeah, cruise ships, massive, because obviously they're going to gyms on there, especially the newer cruise ships. So they need personal trainers, gym instructors. People sometimes want to do fitness classes. I know it's not probably what we want to do on a cruise, but some people do that.
I think I might get my suitcase packed ready to work in the industry.
Yeah.
So while
every sport and fitness course we've got here has a work experience unit. So you have to, at some point, it might be your first or your second year, depending on how long you stay. You will have to go and work in an area, like maybe a school, a club, a youth club, a leisure centre, something like that, to go and work for a couple of weeks, like talk to some people there, get some more experiences.
I understand that during lockdown and in remote period, that the students have been doing a lot of small additional courses online. So I understand they've been doing things on cardiac arrest.
Yeah, so a lot of the first aid stuff as well. A lot of stuff that, obviously the FA Playmaker stuff as well. FA coaching stuff. So they've been doing loads of different little. I know Isaac, who one of the lecturers here, he's gotten through loads of little qualifications that they can add to their CV, because obviously every little one counts, doesn't it? So
absolutely.
And it's more experience that you can talk about in an interview when you go and progress on from college or for uni and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're all employability.
Definitely. Exciting, valuable, and I've put me in a sweater. Can't think of a nice one.
It's quite challenging.
Yeah, in a good way. I'd say in a good way. I didn't want to say it in it come across in a bad way, but yeah, challenging in a good way, because it gets you to think about your next steps, if you know what I mean. So if one day might be really challenging, it's only going to make you better. And most days can be quite challenging.
If we had to add a fourth word, I think it'd be about rewarding in terms of improving people's fitnesses.
Yeah. I would say, because obviously the sport and fitness industry is so broad, I'd try everything. Go into different, go down different avenues, take different opportunities, because at the end of the day, they all link into like one big industry. So if you want to go and pursue something else, doesn't mean that all those other options are like out of the way. Like go and do different things. So like with me, I did. Like obviously I was like, I just want to be a coach and I want to do football. But then I went to uni and I found out you can do other stuff. And I've got my swim teacher stuff.
Yeah.
I've got. Oh, I'm on the spot now. What else did I get?
So it's about being flexible and adaptable in terms of.
Yeah, but I'd say going like obviously coming back here, I'm doing my level 2 now, which will then progress on my level 3 personal trainer, which is something I've got really into. Like saying going to uni, like I got into the gym and stuff like that. So there's like all these avenues. I want to try all of them, and they all link together. And then if you want to go further, then you've got stuff in nutrition, like sports therapy, sports massage, and sports science, which is a really interesting subject to get into as well.
I think Jake, to sum up, you're a really good example of how somebody's like diversified from what you thought you were going to do originally.
Yeah, no, I think my plan when I left college has definitely changed about 5 or 6 times. So.
There you go, and that's quite common.
But I'm glad. I'd rather have it that way than I was just set, because I've got to experience and I've got to go to different places that I never thought I'd be able to go to. So
fantastic.
It's been so far it's been amazing. So I'm looking forward to the future. That's
a really interesting insight, Jake, into sport and fitness in a short period of time.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. And if you're interested in the sport and fitness industry and you'd like to study at college, you can apply online. You can apply through Facebook. Take a look at our website, and there will be details of each course. So thanks very much for today, Jake.
No worries. Thanks for having me. Cheers.